Hey guys, so we're actually trying to get into the grind. I'm making my Monday Night Raw review for February 2nd. I had just for February 2nd, I just got done watching Monday Night Raw. And I got a lot of things, not a lot, but a minimal things to say about this Monday Night Raw. First and foremost, it is kind of crazy on the night and day difference of the crowds in the US versus overseas. I kind of wish that these WWE events or just Raw and SmackDown would happen overseas because the crowd, Philly, y'all were not really crowding today and y'all made no sense. Let's talk about the first thing that had to happen, which when we were greeted on Monday Night Raw, it was Braun Breaker going crazy, destroying stuff, was about to come after the commentators, got a mic, started doing a promo. Then he has Paul Heyman talking for him, and it's like, oh my god, brother, chill out. I thought he was really about to fight Adam Pearce, to be honest, but he didn't. And it's just kind of crazy seeing Division fall out. Braun Breaker does not know who to trust right now. And I don't know. I kind of do not like the fact that the Vision is falling apart. And Braun Breaker is like going crazy. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know who to trust. That man. And then tell me why he's freaking going out of the stadium and he pushes the door so hard that was about to hit him back if he wasn't careful. That man would have been a meme. Even though LA Knight did not really last that long in the Royal Rumble, that man was back on Monday Night Raw. Hopefully, this man can get a little bit more screen time and have some good matches. And I'm just hoping this man is getting pushed. Y'all saw it on WWE Unreal. There was just a mishap in Money in the Bank. Just because of that, they said, bye bye, LA Knight. You're not getting your rocket no more. Which kind of makes no sense. Like, I understand LA Knight kind of had a mishap with stuff on the PLE, but yeah, somebody like Jey Uso that they were trying to put a rocket on, who had numerous kind of mishaps throughout the rocket that he was given, and then LA Knight just gotten that mishap, and then they're like back of the line. Same thing with Lyra. That's one thing I low-key didn't like about Unreal. Hopefully now we're gonna see more of LA Knight. I definitely did miss the man and I miss him terrorizing the Vision. So hopefully they can run some of it back because I don't know about y'all, but I miss LA Knight. I miss his little promos that he was cutting and his moves. So I can't wait to see who's gonna beat up from the Vision. Also had a Javon Evans versus Grande Americano match that was ran back because Javon did get hurt during the last match that he had with Grande. Let me tell y'all something. The Philly crowd was not it. Y'all are so booty cheeks. I kind of wish we were back in Saudi Arabia just for the freaking chance. The only pops there was for Javon's like high fly kicks. It had some pretty nice spots in the match. However, realistically, the only pop was when the original Grande Americano had came out to help Javon Evans. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all for cheering that. How dare you? Cause not Because not gonna lie, you guys, the crowd kind of did look bored during the match. Besides the event that I had just listed, um, I kind of do wish they kind of got more into the match. Well, it's kind of crazy is the fact that Grande Americano up in the Triple A, He's getting cheered for like a baby face. However, in the US, this man is getting booed. And then the original Grande Americano, Chad Gable's getting cheered, but he was getting booed back in AAA Mexico. So it's kind of weird to see these turn of events. So hopefully, maybe somewhere down the road on a Raw, we can have a Grande versus Grande match. Maybe someone's gonna get a mask. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen, y'all. Well, after that segment, you guys, we had the ultimate troll in the WWE, Mr. Gunther. Tell me why I heard AJ's music and I was like, oh, is he still gonna be just talking? Maybe not wrestling. He's just gonna talk for a little bit. I was like, oh, and then all of a sudden, tell me why when it goes to the main screen, it's Mr. Gunther coming out to AJ's music. And then he's kind of doing AJ's little entrance that he does. Shame on you, sir. Shame on Triple H, you bald headed ass mofo. You're rude as hell. So rude, so nasty and disrespectful. But that entire segment, Gunther is the ultimate troll. I can't believe he went out to AJ's music. He gets in the ring. People still will not let down that Gunther tapped out. But I just think over the entire course since then, since he's tapped out, I feel like we shouldn't be bringing it up because this man has went on and retired these mofos. So the whole you tapped out, I don't know. I feel like it don't affect him as much anymore and that he's just on to greater and bigger and being a troll and more things. Lo and behold, tell me why in the heck when he was doing his promo, all of a sudden we see a dragon come out. I love my man, Dragon Lee. He's the best that I've seen so far, and I'm becoming more and more of a fan of him. We know he was just holding down for his homie AJ that's not here anymore, sadly, but he's defending it. And even during the crowd, he was telling him, this is for AJ, this is for AJ. That man popped off on all his moves until he got stopped and until he suddenly done passed out. Gunther just got him in his headlock. And then towards the end, you got Gunther choking this man off of the top rope, and that man just sadly he passed away. Um, I don't know. I'm looking forward to this just because of the fact that I do love AJ. I'm looking forward to this just over the fact because I do like Dragon Lee. However, I think Dragon Lee is just gonna be another one bites the dust for the Bucks for Gunther to be even more of a heel. Um, the way that I see this going down is he's over here bullying Dragon Lee, and I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I see him bullying Dragon Lee, you know, obviously beating this man, and then all of a sudden you hear a booyaka booyaka. Someone's coming to help. Hall of Fame. And I just really hope that this is not the way that Rey Mysterio retires, or even just another if you lose bye bye career, you can't wrestle no more. I really hope. For me personally, I would like to see Dominic retire Rey Mysterio, but if Gunther retires Rey, I'm gonna be so sad, you guys. Who knows? Maybe during this whole feud, if he tries to retire Rey, maybe Dominic Mysterio might be a babyface and try to help his dad and defend his dad, or just being like, I'm the only one that can retire my dad. You're not gonna be the one who gets to say so in the last say in retiring my father. Uh I mean, I don't know. We just don't know. I'm just hoping Gunther does not retire Rey Mysterio. Or maybe this just goes in a tip or maybe this just goes in a different complete direction and maybe there's no Rey involved. So it's just Dragon and Gunther feud. But if it's going down the road of Rey Mysterio, y'all, I think I will be depressed if he does retire Rey Mysterio. I don't want Rey to go out like that. Respectfully. And then, you guys, I'm looking back on Raw and I'm watching through it because the live event already ended. So I'm going through it and then I'm just skimming through the little commercials, you know. Tell me why when I skim through it, I see Oba. Oba literally took on two men. And they're the War Raiders. Excuse me? And I guess the announcers were saying that it was a tag match, but it just ended in a different way of not being a tag match. I don't know. Girl, I can't believe this man took down the two War Raiders and then he lifted up the big man like it was nothing. Huh? Oh heck. Oh heck. Honestly, it was so amazing. And I'm just loving the hype that Mr. Obafemi is getting. Um, I'm just loving the hype that Obafemi is getting. And then people are saying, oh, but when it's coming down the row of people, I love seeing that man getting over with the crowd so much. Don't know what's next in store for this man. But I still can't believe this man literally took on two people. Can you imagine the War Raiders being gone? And it's like, we're gonna call you guys back. You guys are appearing on this Monday Night Raw. However, you guys are gonna get beat up by Obafemi, and you're just gonna take a beating. Can you imagine getting that call back? Be like, so both of us are gonna be taken out by Oba. And it's like, yeah, pretty much. I don't know, you guys. RP War Raiders. We got Gunther eliminating people and retiring them, and then we got Obafemi that are just putting people in hospitals all in one time. also, you guys, not gonna lie, the Bella twins are back. When I tell you, why the heck did I see so many like Bella merch in the crowd? Especially amongst the girls. Not saying that's weird or anything, but like I just think it's kind of crazy that you see these little girls that are probably like, I don't know, 7, 8, maybe 9. Girl, what you doing wearing Bella stuff? What you doing wearing Bella Army stuff, Miss Girl? Y'all weren't even born when they were wrestling. Y'all weren't even born when Total Divas was coming out, Miss Girl. What you doing? Kind of like funny watching the younger fans in this generation, like during even Cena's retirement tour, you got these little kids just wearing Cena stuff. Like, brother, you weren't even born when Cena was wrestling. The hell? And then you got these little girls just wearing Bella merch. As you should, if that's your favorite. Don't hate you. But I always think it's kind of funny because it's like, realistically, y'all weren't even born yet. But you guys be standing some kings and queens. I shouldn't be judging you. The Bella Twins are becoming a tag team. I am just mostly looking forward to the Bellas fighting different tag teams. Do I believe they can take the belts off of Rio? Not really. I'm just looking forward to the Bailey and Lyra and Bella Twins match for tag team. Like I said, Philly crowd, you mofos suck. And then when Nikki was talking, y'all were booing. I don't understand if you guys like Philadelphia Eagles. You see this girl always been supporting Philadelphia Eagles. Heck, she's even dating a Philadelphia Eagles football player, and y'all want to be booing her. Understand that she is a heel, but at the same time, does no one see that they support the Philadelphia Eagles? So you guys want to be doing that to them? And then no one kind of really did care when they announced themselves for the tag teams, which I get, but it's like at the same time, Why are you grown ass men booing like Nikki and them in the crowd after that they just complimented your football team? I kind of don't understand that, but to each their own. Hopefully later on down the road when they are actually doing their matches, they're starting to get more hype. However, during this Philly crowd, these people really didn't even care about the whole announcement that they made, and they kind of weren't letting up even after Nikki just complimented the Eagles. They still didn't like her. Not everyone's gonna like you, I guess. We do have Penta versus Braun. My bestie Penta, and he doesn't know yet, but we're besties. This match, like I said, you guys, I would say it again. This Philly crowd was a stinker. It was like, it wasn't even towards the end of the match, and that's when they started getting hyped. But that was only because you got these people running into this match, aka the Vision and LA Knight. They only really popped for that. And a little bit of pop towards the some of the moves that they were doing. I don't know. For me, within the Vision, Bronson Reed isn't. He's. I don't know. I just don't have no interest in Bronson Reed. When he had first went against Seth Rollins, he made himself like the big bad man that was terrorizing people, and now it's just like I'm kind of not interested with his matches anymore because that might just be losing after losing, and he just lost to Penta. And at the same time, it's also like I said in the beginning of the video, towards right now, it's also kind of like a disappointment seeing the Vision fall apart. You see Paul Heyman towards the end of the match when Penta had won, just like shaking his head with his hand on his forehead. The Vision is falling apart. I don't know, maybe they might have a comeback to make them all see stronger together. But as far as right now, the Vision is kind of has a sad story. Like, Braun Breaker doesn't look all there. He kind of looks like he ought to be just by himself. And then the rest of these hooligans are kind of just like free little spirits without Braun Breaker, really. And I don't know. I just thought like Paul Heyman people, they would do good, but it just looks like these people don't know what they're doing in the Vision. And also within this match, I for me, I kind of don't like when all Vision members are like out on the sidelines during someone's matches, because I just feel like within the first couple of rows where people can interact with like an Austin Theory, Logan Paul, I feel like that kind of takes away from the match. And even just seeing the people on the first row, their attention isn't even on the match, it's just towards the sidelines, and you know they're looking at someone else within the Vision on there. They're not really caring for the match. That kind of puts the match rating down a little bit for me. So it's just a personal thing for me. It's just I kind of prefer it when there's no, or at least not all Vision members out there who are kind of taking away from the match because they're on the sideline interacting with the people that are within the first rows of the show. We have a whole Judgment Day kind of segment. Dominic Mysterio is back with both of those belts. He hasn't defended them in a hot minute, to be honest with you guys. When he had came out, yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen my TikTok. In my TikTok, I did mention like he's kind of giving Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer. His hair is kind of a little bit longer, but the whole mustache and the glasses is kind of giving Dahmer. And then tell me why one of the announcers are like, Oh, those glasses are kind of Dahmer-esque. Dom kind of looks scary. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I thought Dominic was getting on the leverage of Dominic Mysterio is hot, but I don't know, you guys. I just feel like with that mustache, specifically with like mustaches like that, glasses like that. I don't know, you guys. It's just that whole look, like that look, giving Jeffrey Dahmer kind of that look, like the mustache for me. It just reminds me of someone. Not to say that he is, but it rhymes with Lex O'Kender, the other. I don't know, just something within that look. It's just you see, like anyone who's seen true crime stuff or like documentaries, these mofos that are in jail, they kind of look like that mustache, the glasses. I don't know if it's the hairstyle. I'm saying maybe like the parting of the hair, maybe not the rest of the mullet. I don't know, y'all. I thought I was starting to like Dumb's looks a little bit, but it's like poof, little mustache up there. To each their own. But it's just that man, that was giving big Jeffrey Dahmer vibes. I don't know if anyone else got that. Dom was introducing his Women's Royal Rumble winner, Liv Morgan. And may I say so myself, Miss Liv Morgan was looking pretty fine. She normally looks fine. But it's just that outfit, her hair, the blowout, it was eating. The makeup was eating. That outfit was tea. And pretty much, she's like, I know I deserve it, but let's not take away from the chance that there's going to be a new world champion for the women's, which is Raquel. She brings Raquel out for the match. And then Raquel's just like, hey, sister, why'd you eliminate me? Liv pretty much was saying, we already have one chance for the women's title on Judgment Day. Why not win the Rumble and you would make it two? She's like, no, 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 you're right, sister. Okay, gaslight. Get gaslight, I guess, Raquel. I did not I really didn't expect her to believe Liv that easily, but they are sisters, so who knows? Which has me believing after watching the match for the women's championship today, I feel like Liv Morgan is going to win that championship, and as a result Raquel is probably gonna turn on Liv. That's just my thoughts, unless I'm gonna be completely wrong and Liv's gonna be the one to turn on Raquel. But I feel like it might go down the road of Raquel. Obviously she lost on this championship match. So then Liv's turn's gonna happen. Liv is gonna win, and Raquel's gonna be jealous, and she's gonna take out Liv Morgan, and then we might get a feud that way. Also, to touch up onto the Women's World Championship, it was kind of easy telling and kind of rude and disrespectful. Because if it wasn't the main event, I feel like that's a told story on the championship was not going to change. Within the women's match, like I said, crowd was doo-doo. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Tomato, tomato to that crowd. But I just felt like in general with the Philadelphia street fight, um, I feel like there was just a lot of time that it took to set up certain spots. And obviously, there was like a couple of mishaps when it came to setting up chairs or even throwing the chairs over the rope. So one almost hit Raquel back in the head, but she caught it luckily. And then even just the tables, I feel like it did take quite a little bit of time to set up each position. And I don't know, I just think it was kind of weird because like we're actively seeing Raquel put up these table spots or these chairs, and it's just like Stephanie is obviously going with the ref because of her leg injury or because of the stuff that Raquel has done to injure the leg. But I just feel like maybe if it was in a way of Stephanie holding her leg, or maybe not like coming up as fast or even talking to the ref, it would have been maybe like sold a little bit more. Because at the same time, I'm just kind of thinking in my head, okay, Stephanie is up. She's talking to the ref, but she's letting Raquel set up these tables in the ring or even put up these chairs in the ring. If it's her match, wouldn't she want to try to stop Raquel from doing this? Or maybe use something to her advantage to, you know, maybe have the table set up or the chair set up like backfire on Raquel. But I don't know. I just feel like the camera work and everything, it was it kind of made me realize like, oh my gosh, like Raquel setting up something like this is kind of taking a little bit of time. And then of course the crowd ain't crowding, so it's like, okay, she's setting up. Oh, okay, I see Stephanie just right there. Wow. Maybe a couple feet away. She's letting her set up. Oh, the crowd isn't crowding right now. So it's kind of like a little stale. I kind of thought it was a little bit of weird where the girls were using the same trash can even when they had like lifted up the ring apron, whatever you want to call it. You see a lot of trash cans, but it's kind of they opted for the same trash can to be used over and over again. I thought that one kind of didn't make any sense because it's like, girl, you got a whole lot of other trash cans at the bottom. There could have been like four more trash cans, but they just kept on opting in for the same one. And it's like, oh, this trash can's already dented. Why? Because Raquel hit Stephanie with the trash can. And it's like, oh, it's about to get dented again. Why? Because Stephanie's gonna knee Raquel with the trash can. Um, because Stephanie's gonna knee Raquel with the trash can over her head. And it's just like, I feel like maybe we could have used a little bit different trash cans instead of the same one. Because what's the point of having all those trash cans underneath the ring if you ain't gonna use them? Just for decoration, I guess. Crowd was rude and disrespectful. How the hell are you guys gonna chant? The Eagles chant during this match. Why would you do that? Rude and the fuck. Y'all, I'm not even live right now. I hope I'm not. That scared me. What was that? I can't even record in my own piece. Oh, anyways, I said you guys rude as heck. Y'all were chanting the Eagles chant during this match. Rude and disrespectful, girl. That's why y'all did not win for even qualifying into the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie, not gonna be a hater because my parents love the Eagles as well. But still, that was kind of rude of y'all to be doing that. They've got punched off of the ring. Then we have Roxanne. Roxanne got head butted off of the ring, had a table spot. And I just also think the camera angles were kind of wonky because Raquel and Liv were literally together, and I guess they had set up a chair spot. We didn't even get to see the chair spot really because of the camera being at a different angle. I wish it would have just been in the first angle so everyone could see it in the first place. But they had to replay it back just to get that moment again. Same thing with the headbutt to Roxanne when she had landed on that table. That was a table spot, and it was just, we kind of missed it because at the same thing again, the camera angle was kind of wonky, so we didn't really get to see her fall on the table. So they had to replay that one back. There was a nasty table spot towards the end. Raquel kind of just gracefully fell off, and then it was like, bam. Table kind of bent in half a little bit. Then Stephanie decided to move the table again over. And I thought she was really about to just cover Roxanne with, I mean, I really thought she was just going to cover Raquel with the table and just, take a pin that way. Because even the commentators are like, buried under the table, when in reality it was just Stephanie moving the table over so she can do her high flying move off of the rope. And thank the Lord that that referee did end up moving the table, because if he did not, Stephanie would have probably had half of her body on Raquel and then probably the other half on the table, and that would have been a horrible fall, to be honest. I got the main event for CM Punk and Roman Reigns promo. That was kind of crazy, not gonna lie. That we get more promo segments, because I don't know. It's just that the way that they were coming after each other's necks. This is my first time seeing like two big dogs in the main roster league going against each other with promos. I just hope this continues, because I want to see more and I want to be shocked even more. I don't know, you guys. It was also kind of crazy because Roman Reigns did hit the Zebros, and he ain't a Zebro no more. That's not his bro. And it's just, I don't know. After this Monday Night Raw, it kind of had me thinking that Roman Reigns is kind of at the top. And it just felt like he got one over CM Punk on this round. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. At the same time, this is just my opinion off of someone who's barely gotten into the WWE, barely, probably like a year ago. So I don't know a lot of the things that they were talking about when it's like 10 years ago, 2 years ago, blah, 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 blah. Like, sorry, man. I wasn't around during that time, so I don't know what y'all are talking about. But probably over these couple of months, I might train myself or look at some matches. I know they were taking some pretty heavy shots at Drew McIntyre this promo. Y'all need to calm down on my man Drew. It's like this was it's like this promo was just a whole smack talking on Drew, and Drew wasn't even there to defend himself. But I can't wait to see more of CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you liked versus what you didn't like about this Monday Night Raw. What were some of your thoughts? How you guys really felt about it? And if there's any feuds or anything that you're excited for, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate it so much. Hopefully I can catch you guys next time, and have a good day or night wherever you guys are. Bye bye.